Welcome back to Encrypted. I am your host, Justin, and today we are talking about Tron, ticker TRX. There's a lot of stigma with Tron and its ecosystem, and some of these topics I'd like to address. As a new user of Steemit, I was interested in the platform history and future plans. I learned about Tron and their acquisition of Steemit, many articles down the consensus model, and I feel it's misleading, and this is poor information. Seeing USDT and USDC both put assets on Tron ecosystem is a huge deal in my opinion. It gives confidence for its users. I enjoy using the Tron ecosystem for many reasons, and I also feel it's underappreciated. While it's very small, it is very functional. If you stick with reasonable projects built on Tron, you shouldn't have any issues. Not to talk about many topics, but just to name one good project would be Clever. The Clever wallet and the exchange are great products so far and improving every day. I will explore Clever more in future episodes. Tron allows users to vote on which validator we want to run the ecosystem. This is very simple and seems to work very efficiently. I wanted to discuss using Tron and the simplicity. All you have to do either is download a compatible smartphone app and use the app such as Math Wallet. It really is very simple. Just create a new wallet, back up all your wallet information, and then start using the Dapp by simply entering the Dapp URL or use the Dapp browser. If you're on desktop, all you have to do is download Tron Link, create a new wallet, back up all your wallet information, and then start using dApps by simply entering a Dapp URL in the browser. I recommend dApps like Blockchain Universe for the reasons of interacting with something that's not financially based. By using these dApps and interacting with them, I believe it gives you a better idea of how the space is evolving. This is why I recommend Tron for a beginner to crypto. It's simple, fast, and it works. Transactions are not too expensive and feel more realistic, and it's based on demand. One of my favorite parts of Tron is that moving TRX or any TRC20 costs very little or practically nothing. This allows you to buy, trade, test, and stake without having to do calculation after calculation. With enough TRX in your wallet, if it is locked towards the ecosystem resources needed to function, which is two things, energy and bandwidth points, you will have to burn TRX, which converts into energy if you don't have enough TRX locked, or you have used all your resources for the day. And every 24 hours, all of your resources are restored and you can engage the chain for, let's say, free again until you run out of resources. This encourages people to buy and lock Tron. Going back to the topic of Steemit and the acquisition from Tron, there was some discussion about the problems with Tron's ecosystem because exchanges who were holding massive amounts of Steem were allowed to vote. It's important to understand, not your keys, not your crypto. Personally, I believe this shows how new technology can be confusing and how easy it is to hand over your power or control by just depositing your assets into an exchange, as the average user will most likely overlook this detail and maybe not even care. This is why Encrypted was invented, to help people understand why owning an asset comes with a certain amount of responsibility, but it's for a good reason. Not your keys, not your crypto, which means if they're holding a governance token and you're not aware of the functionality of the digital token, you are allowing them to hold the power of that chain, and it's unintended. Most airdrops as well come from people who buy and move the asset from an exchange onto the actual wallet or onto the actual chain. Now these on-chain metrics are like business metrics. It shows adoption, growth, value, and function. This in turn helps the chain grow. It helps sell itself. Let's take a look at some good resources. First, there is Tron.Network, the homepage of Tron. As you can see, if you keep scrolling down on their homepage, scroll down below TRX market performance, you will find the Tron ecosystem. You will find Poloniex, Tron Link, Tron Scan, Tron Lend, Tron Swap, Sun Network, and a few other resources to go find more Tron dApps. But make sure you always use discretion while connecting to any dApp. They list a few sites, but just because these sites are listed doesn't mean that all the dApps that they offer are safe. Always use your best judgment and do research before engaging or using a dApp. The sites they mention are Dapp.com, Dapp.radar.com, and Dapp.review. Just explore the site and try to do research and see what dApps are safe and what ones are not. You won't always know, but you can always make a second wallet and test the platform if you don't trust it. Better to lose a little than lose it all. My suggestion is to get some Tron and activate a wallet. Go to JustSwap, get a little Clever. You can also get a Clever wallet and stake your KLV. The second app I'd recommend, and I do for all ages, is Blockchain Universe. This project is a good way to understand dApps and how they're built on-chain and how they function. How even a digital hat or wand in a dApp or game actually has value, and it's tradable. It's very hard to understand something that you have never done, so just get active and start for yourself if you haven't already. Sometimes you'll be frustrated and sometimes you might make a mistake and even lose some money. Never put more on chain than you can afford to lose. Always try to test each transaction before making one big transfer or transaction. This will allow you to have peace of mind, and it will add a backup for in case you have made a mistake, and that way you only lose a little of your money or a little of your asset instead of all of it. As long as you pay attention, take your time, you should have no problems with the process. It's very simple and straightforward. Learning to take risks is also an important part of learning process. So I'm going to remind you to follow all the steps slowly and only use a very small amount of money at first. Even $20 will get you quite a lot of interactions on chain with Tron. I will list Tron dApps that I personally like to use and have used in the past in the description below. Tron fees are up right now, but it's nothing compared to almost every other chain. Even Polygon cost about 4 Matic / Polygon just to move Polygon / Matic. And at $1.50 a coin, it's not expensive, but it's not cheap, especially since Polygon has a layered solution to reduce transaction fees. I hope you've enjoyed this video and learned something from it. Please like and subscribe, and consider turning on notifications if you enjoyed the content. Thank you, and until next time, stay encrypted.